Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to pre-market update. We had a president inauguration yesterday, and we have a new president. So let's see how things change based on that. We'll start with the S&P 500, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones and Russell. We'll review crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum. We'll review all the FANG stocks and commodities. Please hit the like button, guys. Only takes 1 second to hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate that. Okay, so US 500 is it is possible it could touch 33, 34 by the end of the, not sorry, by the spring this year, and which is a couple of months away. So here we can still go above 5%. And inversely, we could come back in this green zone, which is around 54.70. If I go to MES, these zones are around 63.70 and 5500 and below. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We are right now here, so we don't, so it can go around 9% down, or it could go above 5% as well. So we are kind of in the middle. We'll keep an eye on RSI as well. If it goes to this red area, if they pump and goes to red area, that's usually a good area to short, or inversely, if they come to green area, that's a good area to buy. We'll see how things shape up. So let's go to now daily chart. And also, this is futures. You can see S&P 500 futures. Yesterday had a quick wick to the buy zone, then pump again. Right here in the middle. Other than that, Nasdaq also had a quick wick, and Bitcoin, we can just quickly see Bitcoin had a couple of touches in the buy zone. You can see touching here around 108.50, then again touching here around 103.29 and going higher in the kind of middle in the neutral zone. You can short above 106.416 and you can buy below 105.65. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Let's go to daily chart here, and daily chart is here. SPX cycle analysis, we are going higher, so it looks like we should get a dip. Especially we have so many gap ups. You can see here, gap up here, gap up here. So these gaps will fill at some point. I just don't know when. So I think we have this also declining phase coming here now. So we could come back to start to fill some of these gaps. That's quite possible as well. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And the same thing, a couple of gap up. Also, there are a couple of gaps to the top as well. So they could try to fill those gaps and then come back down later. So just keep that in mind. Doesn't have to be going down first. On SPX, there's also a gap right above around 6036. So they could try to go fill that gap. And if I see futures, it looks like they might have already filled this gap. Let's look at SPY to check that. SPY you can see very close to filling this gap. So they're going to go pump, fill this gap, and then probably come back down later on. So you can see market is already up pre-market. So there's a possibility they can start to pull this down a bit as market opens. All right. Russell also, this is Dow Jones also first significant close going to be above all the moving average. This is going to be huge for Dow Jones if that happens. Russell's also trying its best in front of some resistance here. If it closes above this red line, that will be very bullish. And oil is weaker. One thing to note, oil, if I go to 1 hour chart, you can see had a massive gap down here and now going lower, starting to build not yet some divergence. I was thinking if it can build some divergence, but getting a 7 and 8 count sell signal, oh sorry, buy signal on 1 hour chart. Daily chart just going back testing this 200 EMA SMA. So breakout, back testing, and then it could still go higher. Okay, so it really needs to hold here. Maybe it can go a little lower around 74, but that's where it should be finding buyers in my opinion, and then try to go higher. All right. CNQ, since we're talking about crude oil, had a massive, actually US stock had a massive up above all moving averages, but then now US stock is a bit weaker, opening right on this gap fill, which is around 31.41, and then we'll see if it can continue higher or if it's going to go down. So we'll see how things show up. Bitcoin getting a 9 count sell signal. Last time we had nothing, just went sideways and then go higher. Here we had a pullback. Here we had 7 and 8 counts and a pullback. Here 9 counts and then it went higher a little bit, and then we have a pullback. So um, also made a new high yesterday after President Trump was talking, so new high. So it's a change in trend. So it could offer a pullback, and if it goes back to this yellow box, look to buy back. But one thing to note, we are going on a divergence, new high, but you can see here RSI has a lower high. PPO has a huge divergence. We're making a new high on a huge divergence. So these are momentum going lower. So I think there will be a pullback. I just don't know when. Okay, so but for now it's a change in trend. Higher highs, higher lows. Look to buy on a pullback. Ethereum, same thing here, but it's still lower trend, lower highs, lower low, and in front of some massive resistance. If I go to Ethereum chart here, have a gap down here yesterday. So there's a gap around 30, let's say 3,500, and gap around 3,900. Also in the other side, it is gap around 2236. So right now in the middle, we'll see how it goes. Either it's going to go down, fill this gap, or go up, fill these top gaps. So we'll see based on Bitcoin what happens. Hang Seng Index after 9 counts SPY signal going higher above all moving averages. Very bullish breakout here last couple of days. Now just consolidation, and I still think these gaps around 18K can be filled, so we'll see how things come. So looking for a pullback, still could be a lower high before it goes higher. Bond looking very bullish, finally closing about this 20 moving average, this white line. You can see was a resistance for so long. Breakout here, but then again cannot hold. Now going, there's some resistance here where it's right now, so because it broke down before below this. So if I draw a box here, you can see here right now in some resistance. So if it can break above that, that's going to be bullish, else it's coming down. Apart from that, natural gas going lower. I'm expecting lows into February and March. So I think this is the top. Looking for a couple of lows, all these green lines to fill. Gold just consolidating above all moving averages, just making a flag, not trying to break down. So we'll see how it goes, just holding it here for now. Silver also weaker than gold, but change in trend. This is high and new high. So looking good for silver. Gold, I think it should come back to this 2400 area. Other than that, I don't really want to buy. Copper just consolidating, pull back on this EMA lines. Sugar in some nice support area, getting a 9 count SPY signal. Last time we got it, nice pump. Here we got had still a dump. So it's not like a very reliable on sugar, but you can see here we had a pump, here we had a pump. So just getting that right now, and it's near support area. So just keep that in mind. Could be a nice entry here. Wheat also trying its best to close above all moving averages, but I really want wheat to close above this yellow line, sorry, blue lines to be bullish. Corn, nice breakout after this gap up here. Just keep going higher. Nice bottom here, and dollar also looking bullish today. Actually, it had a pullback, so let's see. It's interesting because here we had a nice up USD Canada, and dollar is kind of going lower, but can still, if it comes lower, if it comes in green box, can be a good buy here as well. Apart from that, Apple is down 2% again. I think it could come to this 216 area gap fill. That's where some support is. Not sure why it's down, but that's where 200 EMA SMAs are coming. Usually Apple in near 200 EMAs and SMAs is usually a very good buy, so keep that in mind. Apart from that, I see everything is green. NVDA uh, is also trying to close above all moving averages. We'll see how it goes, just chopping around here, but there are a couple of gaps. It's opening on a gap ups, a lot of gap ups. I think all these big stocks all on a gap up, gap ups and gaps down. If you now want to know about more about these gaps and the levels to buy, like here, if I show you, for example, on Apple, here you can see right now it's in the buy zone. Should be looking to buy. So, and I share um, my subscribers the levels. So like for example, Amazon, you don't want to be buying here. You want to be shorting here. And if you're interested in this, I send screenshot of the levels they want, the stocks I buy. Click the join button in the description of this video. Let me know your user ID in the comment section. I'll add you to special members group where I share all the details and you can make good trade decisions. Yeah, okay, so let's go back to wrapping up with the Wix. Here's Wix. Here you go. So Wix is kind of in the middle. If SPX pumps, these green gaps will be filled. If SPX dumps, this top gap will be filled. So all these will be filled. We just don't know when. So just be careful. There will be some dump at some point to fill, especially on QQQ. This selection gap still not filled. Still quite far away, it seems, but just keep that in mind. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Hopefully this was helpful. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye.